Hello children, welcome to today's class. Today we will be doing the first chapter in your first flight textbook, A Letter to God. This is a story written by G.L. Fuentes. Let us go through the learning objectives of this lesson. The first one is to develop different skills of language acquisition, to develop interest in literature reading, to sensitize students to problems people might face, to help students empathize with others. Observe these pictures. All the people are praying. Do you think all of them are praying for the same thing? The person in the first picture must be a farmer. Perhaps he is praying for good rains to benefit his crops. The family in the second picture are praying before their meal. It may be Thanksgiving Day. The child in the third picture looks to be a student who must be praying as a routine before starting her studies. Do you believe in prayers? What would you pray for? Here are a few statements. Listen to them as I read and respond to the following statement with agree or disagree. Statement number 1. If a person has a problem, he or she is justified in taking this problem to his or her deity, that is his or her God. Statement number 2. If a person has a problem that is seemingly life-threatening, he or she has a right to ask this deity for help. Statement number 3. People are obligated to help each other no matter what. Statement number 4. If someone has received help, but it is not what he or she expected, he or she is justified in complaining about it. Statement number 5. Governments must help its citizens during their crises. Before we go ahead with the story, let us look at some words that will appear in the text. Crest. It means the top of a hill. Draped. Covered usually with a cloth. Intimately means closely. Locust. These are pests that destroy crops. Peso is a currency of Latin American countries. Amiable means friendly. Resolution means firm decision. This is a story of a poor farmer named Lencho who had infinite faith in God. He lived in a small cottage on the crest of a small hill. His house was surrounded by a beautiful river and his golden cornfields. Realizing that the cornfields needed a shower, he constantly was watching the northeast part of the sky, hoping to receive rains. Just as he had predicted, it started raining. Feeling happy and grateful for the rains, Lencho stepped outside to experience the fresh air and enjoy the feeling of rain on his body. He exclaimed, "These are not raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are fives." Why do you think Lencho compared the raindrops to new coins? That's because rain will bring him a good harvest of corn, which in turn will bring prosperity to his family. He also imagined the cornfields with flowers as if they were draped in a curtain of rain. Suddenly, strong winds started blowing and soon there were hailstones, which resembled silver coins. The fields looked as if it were covered with salt. Lencho was completely devastated as his cornfields were destroyed. The flowers were gone and not a leaf remained. He stood in the middle of the fields and told his son, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn." That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There's no one who can help us. We'll all go hungry this year. But his family was still optimistic. They had tremendous faith in God. His wife said, "Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger." Lencho decided to seek help from God. He knew how to write. He wrote, "God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes." He then affixed a stamp and went personally to the post office to mail the letter. The postman was amused to see the letter addressed to God. He couldn't stop laughing. He took the letter to the postmaster. The postmaster was taken aback, seeing this unfaltering faith he had on God. Not wanting to disappoint the writer, he decided to help him. But when he opened, he realized it needed something more than goodwill, ink, and paper. He urged his employees to donate a part of their salary and friends obliged to give some money as an act of charity. Although it was impossible to collect 100 pesos, the postmaster managed to collect 70 pesos. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho. Along with it, he kept a letter signed God. What do you think will happen next? We shall see it in the next part. Now check how much you have understood the lesson so far. Where did Lencho live? What did he hope for? Why did he compare raindrops to new coins? How did the rain change Lencho's fields? Who or what did Lencho have faith on? What did he do then? What did the postmaster do then? The answers for these questions will be given to you in the next part. Till then, keep guessing.